Klingon 4-second cloak is not going to work in his favor, but it looks like he has pulled it off, though he has lost one of his ships. You have this constructor that is so almost dead. You can almost just taste how much the Klingons want this ship dead. It is so dead. And there they do. They go finally finish it off. And this pesky little scout of the Federation is still making its presence known, and a little bit of miss micro here, possibly because of possibly some lag, but or something that ended up not working out, and the Federation ends up winning that exchange without losing a single vessel. So a bit of a surprise turnaround here. You can see here that Arash is moving into some higher output shields. I'm sorry, offensive with the Susas, which are very strong torpedo class mid-game ships, and will do pretty decent against any structure, as well as some of these warp-in ships, as most of the warp-ins are at least medium size, and so they don't have a lot of avoidance. They have a little bit of torpedo avoidance, but not that much. So we can see here that Enterprise D is looking to reinforce his forward expansion. He's got a number of ships. He's got another constructor coming up here, probably going to find himself a defensive platform. And we've got another set of 4 Barrels, followed by a Susa class. This is not a matchup in favor of the Klingons here. I would not expect. It's 4 versus 5. I'm sorry, it's 5v5. It's 6 versus 5. The Klingons really should bypass this, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. You can see that Arash is going to scout what would be the right-hand side expansion, and you can see over here in the mini-map that Arash has also taken all this time to expand. And this is actually good play by him. He is making sure that while he's attacking, he is expanding so that he doesn't fall behind in the economy game. And you can see that he has bypassed this. He is going to come down here, and he is just going to make this a quick little raid. And this is what Rails do really well. You can see that he is unfortunately going after the station as part of the default cloaking. And oddly, this one miner here that hasn't done anything is going to be the target of their fire. So you can see that Arash making sure this is a quick, effective run. He's getting in here. One of the ships just a little bit of miss micro, getting too close to the starbase. Oddly enough, you can see that he's sort of splitting fire a bit, and this one station probably on high movement autonomy, or a little bit of something. You can see that he is moving them around and is taking the time to go ahead and cloak because he senses that the Federation are on their way, and compensating for his 4-second cloak. So nice little raid. He has actually drawn the Federation fleet, all of it, save for probably about 2. There's one. Only one of these sabers, and that saber is not going to be able to withstand all 5 of these ships here. You can see that Enterprise D is making another defensive structure, and while he put up a pulse platform, these are fairly cheap, but they are not near as effective. So we can highly expect that the Klingons are going to decloak and take out this platform building constructor if they can turn it around. The question is, can they do this 30 seconds? So you can see that they are with the Sousa class is going to provide a little bit of extra DPS if those torpedoes don't miss near as much. Oh, and there's a warp in. Oh, unfortunately the warp in is bypassing this. Might have given... So the question is whether Enterprise D is going to... He is going to cancel, but unfortunately he is not going to be able to save that constructor. That's sort of a trade-off there. If you're going to cancel, you might want to make sure that you can actually save the constructor. But nonetheless, so Arash is making a nice little bloody raid. A little bit of miss micro on some of these things. Wow. Did that really just take one pulse to knock down the shields of this Borel, which is very odd. So we're about to see that the Federation bringing up their sabers. Oddly enough, the sabers are doing semi-decent against the Borels. So while the Klingons made a decent raid here, you can see that Enterprise D is kind of moving up, able to sort of defend this position. And let's take a look up here. Okay, so now in all of the excitement down in Enterprise D's base, you can see that Arash has been in the process quietly building up his fleet, and so now he is fielding about roughly 12, about 10 to 12 vessels here, and with that, he is actually going to be able to make a decent push anywhere he wants to make his presence felt, and he's going to be able to. And at the same time, you can see that he's over here. He is going to set up a another expansion. That's going to give him the 2 side expansions. And off goes this fleet here. This fleet is going to end up moving down on. Again, I would just bypass this expansion and go take out one of these sides of the main base, which would really be the most effective because he doesn't have to go up against the Federation ships themselves. He can just cut off the economy, which would cut off Enterprise D's game at its legs. With no economy, you have no ships. With no ships, you have no game. You see that there is a sensor platform out here, but nonetheless. Oh, and he actually does have a phaser platform kind of backing around here. Of course, he is defending basically his... Oh, wow, that's interesting. He decloaked to go after this construction vessel. That is not a... I would not have expected that to be a good move. He is going to end up killing this constructor, but he is giving away his position. He's going to draw in the Federation ships, make him deal with... no, that's... And a bad time to cloak, as he's going to end up losing some of these vessels because they don't cloak fast enough, and giving the Federation free kills. So a trade for one constructor, not a good one. I'm surprised that he did that. This is what I was expecting him to do. He'd pop down here and take out these titanium miners, which he's finally doing. But now, because of that, what I'm going to go ahead and call a mistake, he has now got the Federation fleet within range, a much better range. And you can see that a little bit of he's still going after the mining station, a little bit of default priority on ships. So you have to micro your ships to deal with that. But you need to go after the mining freighters because they are the easier kill, and you'll be able to actually get a kill, as opposed to going after the mining stations, because those will take a little bit of extra time to take out. And so all of this is really giving Enterprise D a chance to sort of build up his fleet. He's doesn't have all of his forces in any one given place. This Klingon crew could probably take a number of these vessels, take out the sabers, probably rather quickly. But in the meantime, you can see that Arash is building up his fleet some more. He's still got a couple of ships that are about to be finished. He's got one Cube Edge class about to finish, and he's got another Burrell